Okay guys, here we are doing some beta testing for Spinal's newest edition of the F-15EX with the glass cockpit. This is my first time taking a look at it, so at first glance looks just like all the rest of the EXs, although I do like the liveries. The Swedish Splinter livery, which looks really nice on it. So let's take a look at the loadout. Alright, first things first, what I'm seeing is that we have the 260s back. So we'll just load it with the standard loadout. Let's go all 260s with a couple of bags of gas. This is how I would bring this thing into a fight. I don't know about you guys. But again, good array of missiles, 260s to 200s. Can we throw 4 200s on it? Yep, we can throw 4 in there. A couple of 120 Deltas, very dangerous missile. Yeah, so far so good, looking good. Good arrangement of air-to-air missiles. Now I've already put out a video on this new AIM 260, which is very accurate, and it is a very dangerous missile. So with that said, okay, looking at the gross weight, so it's looking like it's still got the E configuration with the 81,000 pounds max gross weight. So under this configuration, 16 missiles, 2 bags of gas. We can, that's about 71,000 pounds. Everything looks good. So far so good. And we still have the center pod, the EX mod, which has both the Legion and the EWAS pods, I believe, combined. Yeah, very nice. Okay, so let's take a look at it. Next, we'll take a look at it in its takeoff configuration, and we'll be back in a second. Alright guys, here we are on the ground. Looks like the same glass cockpit as last time. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we could still see that just from this sight picture. We've got the mirrors and all. It looks like the canopy's down, but it's not actually, so that could throw a couple of guys off guard. No biggie. That's the same thing it had with the last glass cockpit mod. Alright, everything looks good so far. Just like the last time, this is beautifully made. Alright, let's go ahead and get it started up. Position, anti-collision. Oh man, that engine sounds pretty cool. Let's get this HUD where it needs to be. Okay, from the sound of it, actually, okay, this is different. It's starting a single engine, starting engine number 2 instead of its usual 2 engines at a time. So this looks like it's modeled a bit more on the actual F-15C, which is pretty cool. Again, compass rose with the RWR weapons page. Let's take a look at our radar. Foresight and within visual or vertical scan mode both working. BVR mode is also working. Stretch it out. Alright, goes up to 160. Let's see how we're looking with our PRF. Okay, holding at high. Very good. Should be holding medium. It is. Alright, let's take it back to automatic. High, medium. Perfect. So far so good. Everything's looking really good. Let's take a look at the jammer. Jammer's responding with E. Let's take this back to nav mode. Jammer's warmed up, on and working. Perfect. Let's turn that off. Alright, I am hitting F. Okay, so as we can see, we don't have the lights for both the landing gear or the flaps. I just hit F. The flaps didn't come down, or I didn't get a light saying flaps. Take a look at the air brake. The air brake is working. Also, we got the co-pilot in the back seat. Not bad. Let's take a look at this from the external. Oh, okay. Alright, so flaps are down, we just don't get the light indication. Taxi light works. Let's go left control C. Bring the canopy down. Alright, a lot more quiet, that's for sure. Let's take a look at our weapons page. It's showing that I have 120 Charlies on. Which I do. I must have accidentally selected it. No big deal. So with that said, let's go ahead and get her going. Everything looks really good so far. Again, this feels more like the C model as opposed to the your normal version of the EX, whether it's the 1.6, 1.71, 1.72. This feels actually like, or even the 1.8, this actually feels like an F-15C, an F-15EX model around the F-15C. So let's get to going. Okay, we're taxiing way earlier. Usually we need to we start rolling at 80% RPM, and she's moving in her 70s. Okay, they've corrected this. Normally in the EX, just give me a touch of rudder and the thing wants to yaw extremely hard. That's no longer the case. This is taxiing like an F-15C. Which is great, which is absolutely great actually. It's a mission, test mission, so there's nobody else flying, but kind of in the habit of looking before I get onto a runway. Got nothing to do with mod testing, but alright, so far everything looks good. Compass rose has adjusted. She feels really good, looks really good. Let's see how she accelerates. I'm going to take her through a couple of maneuvers before taking a look at the radar. Yeah, I can't see RPM. Alright, 80%. Here we go. Burners are kicked in. Very nice. Oh man, she's accelerating really well. Feels like she's about to tip over. Let's come off the ground. I'm airborne. Gear up, flaps up. I can't check that, so I gotta go to F2. Oh, beautiful. Alright, there's 350. Let's come out of burner. BVR mode working. Let's take her back to nav mode. BVR. Again, let's take out that look at the air brake. It works. Oh no. Guys, I'm going to tell you, this thing is... Uh-oh. You guys may be in deep trouble. This thing is maneuvering like the C instead of the E. Yeah, engine is strong. She is maneuvering very well. Very impressive, and I mean very impressive. I'm not going to run her through the ropes as far as maneuverability, but I'm telling you now, she's maneuvering like the C model. This is not how your EX usually handles. Usually I've got a trimmer out. I haven't touched the trim button at all, just like when I fly in the C model. So far so good. This thing has my seal of approval. It's an improvement actually over all the previous mods. So let's take a look at the radar and we'll go from there. Stick around, I'll be back in a moment. Alright guys, here we are in the EX once again, and we're here to take a look at the radar, see if we can getting radar contact with guys. We do have various bandits off of our nose. Check out a BVR mode. Let's turn our jammer on. The purpose of this portion of the video, we've got all fighters off our nose. I believe we have 2 F-15s, 2 16s, and 2 F-18s. We want to figure out, first and foremost, when it comes to fighters, what type of distance do we need between the aircraft before we can get radar contact with guys? And secondly, we may have a couple of, we're loaded up with AIM 260s and got a couple of bags of gas. We may get off a couple of 260s just to, what is going on? I've got double vision. This has never happened before. Alright, so I believe oxygen's an issue. Start coming down. Let's get beneath 10,000 feet as quickly as possible. This guy's about to pass out. Never had this happen before, but on radar, we've got radar contact. Looks like 120 miles away. Okay. Was the canopy open or something? I've never had that happen before on DCS, which is very strange. Anyways, 120 for about is what I'm seeing for radar contact, which is pretty good. Let's get back up to altitude and see if that happens again. See if we can replicate that. Very strange. Yeah, so in real life, you want to be beneath 10,000 feet. If you think you're having issue getting oxygen, which is what I did, and everything kind of went back to normal. But yeah, first test. I don't know what that was. I don't know if it's a one-off or what have you, but we'll get to climbing again. We'll take a look. Looks like we have 3 separate groups, just like I've got programmed. I believe I saw 120 as far as the range is concerned. I've never seen that before, where you're at altitude and you start getting double vision. That signs of hypoxia and DCS, which actually is pretty cool. But it's just not something I've ever seen in the game before. And once again, above 30,000, we're getting the double vision. This is very strange. Above 30,000 rather, excuse me. Let's get beneath it and see if this becomes an issue. We're gonna do okay. Nope. It's about to pass out. It's getting gray. Let's get beneath 20. Let's see if that changes anything. I could barely recognize what altitude I'm at. Let's go analog. It's at 16, 15-ish. Okay, so here's 10,000. Let's see if that works for us. Look at this, clearing right up. All right, so we're going to call it. Obviously, that's an issue with a fighter that needs to get high. We can't get above 30,000 feet without getting blurred vision. Something to work on, but anyways, as far as the aircraft is concerned, this is much improved. Got radar contact up to 120 miles away, which is very impressive. These are all fighters, by the way. So I think we'll call it there. We're not going to worry about firing the 260. Appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully this helps. Infidel, appreciate you getting this to me. And great job with both of you and Spino. I'll check you guys out later.